This is Gaming Without Sanity with Sonic and Sarah.
And I'm Thomas. She's nice. I'm kind of nice. I'm just
Very
saying.
nice.
Kind of, yeah. I don't want to be. It's just people, and stuff that makes you not want to be nice.
Fucking suck.
Plus my job.
Your job fucking good. Both of those combined is why your job kind of sucks.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, it's a fun podcast, real chill.
Yeah.
And we're basically just going to be doing whatever we want to do and talking about whatever games or anime we want to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. For instance, I'm going to spoil My Hero Academia for her right now in about 3, 2, 1.
Boy, the fuck you are. Oh my god.
I've never been mad at anyone not catching up on an anime as much as My Hero Academia, because it's like, the thing about it is that, like, when you told me that you started watching it, and I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, I really want you to get to this part so you can see this guy and that guy and this chick and all that shit. Meanwhile, I've already showed you like 2 characters from like the later episodes that like I really fucking like, which was Burn Dude and Blood Chick and all.
We'll see. So the deal is that it's on Hulu, and John's Hulu is signed in the living room, and I'm in my gaming room right now, side note. But so I have to watch it out there, and what happens is I try to get stuff done in the morning when he's not here, because I love him, but he is in the way. And so I try to just get stuff done while he's not here, playing and yelling at Fortnite. So then by the time he's home, he wants to be playing Fortnite. And so and I just haven't gotten him to sign in on my PlayStation. He keeps mentioning it, never does it. And I'm like, I don't really give a shit. So it'll be like, he wants me to just like sit down and watch them all. But like, as anyone would know, I have severe attention issues, like diagnosed ADHD. So it's like, it's hard for me to like, just like grind that out. So yeah, it's just a bunch of excuses, and I'm gonna fucking punch him in one of these days. So my favorite part is he always gives me shit about not like watching it, but it's like, hey, I'm also like trying to like watch my own shit.
Yeah.
And they'll try to talk to him about that shit. Like, okay, I'm really into BuzzFeed Unsolved right now, and he's like, just bare minimum pays attention, it feels, when I'm like, hey, oh my god, do you know about the Black Dahlia murder? And he's like, crazy. I'm like, alright, well, I'm gonna go back in my room.
Go back.
Which, if you ever want to talk about creepy shit, I'm down for that, because
she's the person that likes to look up like murderers and like unsolved cases and shit.
I love it.
Yeah. What was it? It was like you and your dude was on the game, and you was talking about like, oh, apparently there's a killer going around killing like kids between the ages of like 10 and 12 or some shit.
What?
You said something like that. Yeah, when we was playing the game the other day or some shit.
Yesterday we talked about how in Iowa I think it's Iowa, 19 boys and like 17 girls have gone missing in the last like 10 days.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So.
And I'm just like, and I was like, That's a normal conversation starter.
It is for me.
Yeah.
Out to drinks the other night. We're off on this huge tangent. I love it. Me and my other friend Jess, we were talking about, because I was like, oh yeah, I just watched this thing about, fuck me, I can't remember which one it was. I can't remember their name, but the family that went to quote unquote purchase property, Jenna and Julian have talked about it. And they had like $30-something thousand in the car, but they were both on disability, which means that you can't amass that much money very easily. And they really watch how you get your money. And if you're like, I'm on disability, they really fucking watch you. So like, people were like, how'd they get this money? What's happening? And then they were found with their daughter. Their truck was like 2.5 miles away. So like, how did they not find them? But they were lying. 4 years later, they found their bodies, and they were parallel to each other, right next to each other. And so I mentioned that, and she gets really excited, and we're talking about that. And then she gets over here about the collar bomber. And then we start talking about the collar bomber, who is this guy who had a collar strapped to his fucking neck and was told he had to do with this list of crazy things, including a bank heist, or it would explode. And it did. On, like, live TV, they watched this guy's head get blown off.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I don't know. That was out to drinks one night for karaoke. We were just like, we're going to talk about murder.
talk about murder on the first episode of the podcast.
Look!
Hey, we talk about anything on here and all that. Whatever catches our mind. You know? And who knows, we might have, like, that, the first, like, 10 or 12 people that listen into, and, like, the 2 people would be like, oh, this is my shit right here.
It's not gonna be like true crimes. This is just us obsessing over dead bodies. Well, me obsessing over dead bodies.
Yeah.
That was actually in school. I got, not to sound like the gothiest bitch ever, the 3 biggest things that they, every year it would be one of these 3 things. It was a mortician, a coroner, or a glass blower.
A glass blower?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like, what the fuck? One of these things is not like the other.
There's actually 2 things in life I wanted to do. And it was game designing or being a blacksmith. And I was like,
I have books on both those.
it was like, because like when I was a kid and all that stuff, I'm like I remember for the longest when I was a kid, I wanted a video game console. And I don't know why my parents never got me one. My uncle at one point was like, well, I don't use this anymore. He was giving me his Sega Genesis and it had Sonic 2.
Ooh.
But the thing is his Genesis wasn't working no more. So, oh shit. Excuse me, that's my loud ass alarm. That was supposed to wake me up. Yeah, my dad was trying to fix it and all, but it just wasn't working. So it's just like, I'm still consoleless. And I remember for the longest, the console that I wanted the most was actually a Dreamcast. But I didn't get the Dreamcast. I got 64 instead. And my first games on it was like, what did I remember? It was like Mario Kart. It was Star Wars Pod Racer. It was Wave Race. It was GoldenEye. I remember it had like a shit ton of games on it. I also remember getting Brothers and Parents on that, which was fun to a certain point because it was just, I won't say it's shit, but it does not age well. The fact that they only got like certain voice actors for like certain characters and all, like Angelica, Phil, Lil, Chucky, and Kimmy are the only voices in are the only voices that you can hear that like they have like actual voices in the game. You play as Tommy? Nope, there's no voice for him. Apparently they could. I don't know. Apparently they couldn't pay the voice actress for Tommy at all. And apparently, rumors when I was a kid is that if you beat the game, with like beat every mini game and get every single golden reptar ticket and all that shit, you could play as like Dill in like the stroller. But I don't know. I never did that because I was like, after I beat the game once, I was like, okay, just play multiplayer with my sister. And multiplayer is basically 5 games that you take turns playing as, and the person has the most points within those games is the winner. And then it boosts you back to them, and then it boosts you back to like the main menu once you finish. That was that shit.
Oh, that makes okay. I was just trying to figure out because I was like, I don't remember which console I had. So we were the family that like, I was a young lad because like my brother, I just like went with him. Lass. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know me.
You don't
know shit.
You don't know what surgeries they had.
Well, so one of our friends down the street, I'm actually still friends with her. It's pretty great. But we would go off and on buy consoles. Like, we got the Super Nintendo, and then they got the Nintendo 64. And then, we had a PlayStation 1, And that
Ooh.
fucking thing didn't work. Like, at all. We never wanted to, like, be a burden. Like, for some reason, me and my brother were huge about, like, not trying to burden our parents in weird ways. Like, other shit, we'd just be like, whatever, destroy the house. But, like, this shit. But, so it would, like, barely work. And the game I played the most in the world, besides original Spyro, was Bubsy 3D.
Bubsy, you said Bubsy 3D.
Bubsy 3D.
Holy shit.
I love that game. Because in part, I only got to play maybe 30 to 50 seconds of it before it crashed.
Oh,
so
damn.
I just loved it because I was obsessed with cats. But yeah,
that's a good topic. I actually thought about it the other day. What's a game that you extremely love, but it's like known to be like really, really bad by like other people and critics?
I was gonna say really, really love. I was gonna say Spyro Original, but people love that. I see a lot of people talking about the original one. It's always like one of the other ones, but I always played Spyro Original. But yeah, I'd say that or Harvest Moon, which is people are either like fucking crazy about it or they have no idea what I'm talking about. So
Mine will have to be, and it's funny, Sonic 06. It's so fucking funny because I remember when I first got that game. I was in Best Buy. I had it was platinum hits on the 360, and it was greatest hits on the PS3. And I was like, I got three, and I was like, well, we don't have a PS3, so I just get on the 360 and all that. So I got on the 360, and it was like around Christmas too, because it's like I made money with shoveling and all that shit. So I was like, I get this, bought it, went home, started playing it that night. I think I beat it within like 3 or 4 days, all the stories and everything. And I remember being like, this game is fun as shit. And and then it wasn't until like later on when I like went online and people was talking about like, oh, the game is bad because there's so many bugs and glitches and the story and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. I didn't run into that. Usually the second time I did a playthrough of like the entire game, all the stuff started happening to me. I'm just like, oh no, they were right.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, this is bad. But I enjoy it, not because I'm a Sonic fan, but because it was like I went in without knowing any of these problems. And it's like I can still go through the game without having any problems. It's like I know how to play the game and shit. Unlike fucking there's this YouTuber / streamer I watch called Lethero, and he was playing through Sonic 06. I don't think he ever played it before. And literally the second level in Sonic's campaign is after you fight an egg Cerberus boss, and you have to carry around the fucking princess. Which, by the way, if you Google her and you look at her face, she is the ugliest piece of shit human that you'll ever fucking see.
Google her. Give me a name.
Her name is Princess Elise. That's her name from Sonic 06. And her face is like a in-game cinematic. She's cute, but in-game cutscene, like no, ugly as shit.
Princess Elise Sonic Kiss. Images. Oh, whoa! She's the one that it's like Final Fantasy looking.
Yeah, they decided because like.
Oh my god!
Look, here's the style they wanted to go for that I think of. Someone's probably going to tell me wrong or whatever. But the style I think they went for was they wanted to. People has been asking for a long time, like we want Sonic Adventure 3. All we want is Sonic Adventure 3 with Child Garden on, so that's all they want. And they hear that, so they was like, okay, well, since Sonic the Hedgehog was the 15th anniversary, they wanted to do something big.
Oh god, her eyes are so far apart.
Yeah. They decided to do something different. So they said that you can kind of think this as a reboot, but it's not a reboot and everything. And they introduced like new characters like Lee's, Silver the Hedgehog, Eggman. Ooh, look up Eggman in that game. You're gonna be really horrified.
Uh, which Sonic 06?
Yeah, Dr. Eggman.
Eggman. I gotta send you. I'm sending you this photo on Facebook Messenger. This is
Okay.
the Well, it's a link to someone's thing. Just click it. That's why I was like, wow. Oh, he kind of is a tall boy in that one.
He's always been a tall boy. He's just it's just
I played.
they just made him really human like.
Oh my god. Oh god, that's the other game. Sonic Adventure DX. I love that game so much. I know Game Grumps
Which
shit
one?
on it so hard.
Sonic Adventure DX.
Yeah, DX. That with the Chow Garden, I was like, my babies. I literally sat on my floor and grinded that game while drinking like Slurpees from the Commons, or not Slurpees, giant sodas from the Common Sense. Like a goddamn weeb. I was just like in the dark in my room playing that game. My mom was like, "Are you okay?"
For the Chow Gardens and shit?
Yes.
I'm trying to click on this link, but it's not working.
I guess I'm about to infect my fucking computer with this. Send it to you.
But yeah, I remember spending a lot of time in fucking Chow Garden in that game too. I did it more in 2 than I did in 1 because after a while I learned of like glitch mechanic in Sonic just 2 Chow Garden and I think it still worked in the fucking PS3 and 360 ports of it.
What was it?
The glitch was that like if you was to go into the garden with chaos drives and or like animals and everything, you can grab them and you don't actually give them to them. What you gotta do is that you gotta be like a short distance away from the chow, and you put down the animal or the chaos drive, and what they'll do is that it'll float in front of them, but they'll have the animation of like they're absorbing the drive or the animal, and they'll still toss it away, but you can keep reusing the drive and the animal. So basically, like if you want, yeah. So like drives give them like a small boost, but animal give them a big boost, but it just changes their characteristics and all that shit. So you can just like constantly like keep giving them like a rabbit like over and over and over and over again to increase their run, or like they didn't have gorillas fucking in 2 anymore. I don't think so. I know they had skunk. I don't remember what the skunk did. They had boar. They had like small boars. Oh, now it opens up. Fucking. Oh no! What? No, what? What?
If you Google Princess Elise Sonic Kiss, it's the second row down. It is a picture of someone's deviant art. It's I'm gonna say it's by Angel of Happiness on DeviantArt. It's actually, the art is not bad. It is Shadow crying while kissing, I'm assuming, a dead or unconscious Sonic with Chaos Emeralds around them.
Is that a baby? Did they somehow impreg Sonic to give birth to a baby Shadow Sonic Hedgehog? Oh, I'm disturbed.
I'm sorry, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, the person's art right there at the bottom.
You went through their other art. Oh my god! No way! Sonic, why would you do that?
No, look. Okay.
Where is it?
Oh god.
Where is it? More from Angel. Look at the
Kiss of. Yeah, the Kiss of Rebirth one, and then when it says more from Angel, you see it.
Oh my god!
So you see it.
Oh my god! No! I found a different one.
The what one?
Wait, where? Why is why is someone dying like all of them? The bottom left. It's just crying. Let me try to find it.
Yeah, holding a hand, right?
Oh, I want to die.
He's holding like Sonic's hand, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in his arm, he's holding a blue and black hedgehog.
Oh no.
So I'm like, did they fuck?
Oh no, this person's like a Sonic sexual or whatever you'll call him. I found this though. My boyfriend made my dream come true yesterday. I finally got my Sonic Docky for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna send.
Come on, just one kiss, Hedgehog boy. but I feel strange.
I'm finding the weirdest art. I do want a docu of funny ones. I want like an Aizawa one where he just looks irritated. I like the one of I just want really in character ones of like what the fuck is happening. I want one of Todoroki just to piss John off because he loves Todoroki.
Man.
I want a shirtless picture of, let's see if I can find it. What Toriyama, I think. No, that's not who I think. Birdman. My hero.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is his name? Tokoyami. Oh my god. Shirtless. Yeah. Because I want to see. I am very curious. Oh, he is. Oh, okay. I was telling John that he was looking at me like, why is my girlfriend a pervert? But the big deal was, I was like, boy has a bird head and human hands. What is the torso?
What is the torso?
It is human. Literally, his neck down is like,
human.
His jawline down is human, and he just.
but the real. Okay, look. So he has.
Oh my god, Todoroki's ripped. Sorry.
so he has like a bird head, and he's some the dark shadow, and he's human from the neck down. But does that technically mean that his junk is human? Does he have, or does he have like one of those like those bird slits? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, this is what this podcast is gonna be about because we've talked about this before.
Okay, people, real quick, people. We're gonna need you to vote for before I post a Twitter poll of it or whatever. Is Icy Hot boy? Is his penis half hot and half cold, or like what's up with that?
Is it hot? Is it like half and half? Is it one or the other?
This is literally a question she asked me one day when she was watching the episode. She was like left side of his body is cold. I'm like, yeah. Right side of his body is hot. Yeah. Does it go straight down the middle? Does his penis is the same thing? And I'm just like, So then I gave her and then I gave her the cruel answer of like his penis is hot, but when he ejaculates, it's just really, really cold. Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm-mm. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have a cold butthole, or you're gonna have a cold vaginal.
But that wouldn't be half and half. Man,
it'd be half.
What? That would be a fucking ride. Literally.
It'd be like literally wearing an icy hot condom.
Icy hot condoms can go to hell. But every guy I've talked to is like they physically hurt. So I'd advise
they suck. Yes.
Imagine having sex with Todoroki and then he ejaculates like ice. That would be the weirdest thing. I really like my black wall background, but I kind of. Oh my god! So
what'd you?
Bakugo. I have a crush on everyone on this show.
You do.
He is. He's in a collar, and like he's like biting the. I'll send it to you. He's biting the fucking like leash, and looks angry. I don't know. I'm into it. Whatever. Fuck it. I give in. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Oh no! Someone paired Bakugo with the crazy bitch. No. Oh
no! That never.
What? I really hope John never uses my computer.
So just find all like the craziest gay porn ever or some shit.
What are you doing? Well, it's because there's a mix of like the shit I sent you. Oh my god, Steam just opened up with a fucking vengeance. But then there's like funny shit. It's just a shit show, and like I never delete stuff, so I send it to people for reference or something, and then I just don't delete shit.
Of course, you like the one with them in the towels and the robe and shit.
I just came across that, and I was like, I really like. By the way, I'm sorry, I love scars, but I do love that they drew Deku with a ton of scars, because, I mean, he already fucked up his hand, and he left a scar, so, like...
Yeah. That's canonically canon now. Oh, by the way, hold on. I gotta send you a picture of Frog Girl, what they did in the latest episode. When it was like all the girls talking. When all the girls was talking and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh. Alright, I'm into that. Different thing. I saw someone drew Kachan, but, like, kind of demonish.
Mm-hmm.
I just found down the hole of, why is everyone drawing him in bondage?
What?
I don't understand it. Actually, never mind. I do. I get it now. I understand.
I still need to watch that show in the English stuff just to see what it sounds like.
Awful. They all sound awful.
They all sound awful
so
to you?
fucking stupid. I hate it.
Because fucking...
Oh my god.
Because the one thing that has me surprised is that I'm surprised on, like, how fast fucking... Okay, look, Toonami's a thing, and I still watch Toonami so I can get them, like, credits on it, because I was like, oh, I missed it. They were my joint for, like, late night anime shit now. Oh.
Yes.
And
that's how you used to watch Inuyasha. Oh my god, I love her so much!
And,
she's so cute.
Oh, who you saw the Frog Girl?
Yeah, she's in casuals. Oh my god. You guys need to fucking chill.
Who? Oh, just
everyone drawing so much goddamn holy fucking shit. Like I enjoy the smuts. But also,
by the way, this podcast is rated TVMA for mature audience.
I didn't put that on SoundCloud. Hey, we're just on a fucking... Okay. Anyway, because this is so boring to listen to right now. So the question...
It's interesting to me. It's keeping my mind set interested and all.
But we have visuals. The big question we were talking about was how everyone's quirks... It's something I brought up. I'm putting the blame on me. Would be used in bed, because I started going on about Aizawa with his rappy doodles, and then like and then Todoroki and Kachan. I understand the tying him up, not only because of his personality, but because that literally happened at when he won the sports festival. They literally had to bind him up, and so people immediately think that bunch of people are like, I'm into it. Man, I get it. Holy shit. Dre just messaged me. It scared the hell out of me.
Ooh, my Dre?
Yeah.
The fuck does he want?
We were talking about vegan food. Because what the fuck did I post? And he talked about it. He's like, you guys need to visit so you can come hang. Or you need to move closer. And I said, we're moving to Ohio. And that's only 6 hours away from you guys. And then I found out there's a vegan deep dish pizza place there. It's Chicago. And then he said there was a vegan food festival coming up in August. And I was like...
Oh, yeah, there is. And my sister and his girlfriend went there last year.
That's what he said. And then he's like, well, there's a beer festival here that John might like. And I was like, what? John doesn't drink. I like beer. And he's like, I didn't see that coming. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a fucking vegetarian restaurant like literally around the block where I live at.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So you guys have Veggie Grill, and I really...
It's called Soul Vegetarian. It's like I go in there sometimes. Like I ordered a what did I order from that one time? I ordered a veggie cheesesteak, and it was like soy cheese. By the way, soy cheese, fucking delicious as shit. I have to give props on that. It's like I'm like this is like the best cheese I eat in like the last time.
So a lot of vegan cheese is it depends, because like I've had some that is fucking awful. It tastes really like chemically. It's just whatever. I'm a giant cheese fan too, but like Daya is one of my favorite, and cashew cheese is really good too, but it's really gooey is the thing. It's just like really nice and gooey. That sounds so weird, but like, yeah, I don't know. I really like it because it also it tastes cleaner to me. I know that's the stupidest fucking thing to say, but yeah, it always tastes a lot cleaner to me, and like it's the one thing that I was like, fuck, I don't know if I can go vegan, but now I did go vegan, and I was like, I think I was lactose intolerant because I was sick almost daily, and now I'm like, all right, now I feel good. What the fuck?
I don't think I've ever had like a reaction to food or like anything in general. The only reaction I get is, if I get stung by a bee and then my throat slowly starts to close up and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I've never been stung by a bee.
Oh, it sucks. It sucks. I've been stung maybe like twice in my life, and they were the worst things ever. I was stung by a honeybee. I was stung by a honeybee when I was at school, and that sucked ass. And then the worst one being stung by that I remember was a bumblebee. That sucked ass.
Aww.
That sucked ass. They have like the worst sting to me.
You gotta take it. Well, I mean, they died doing it, so like
I know they do, but it's like
you just takes off the fact that you piss an animal off so hard that it gave its life just to be an ass to you.
I didn't piss it off. I was sitting down. It was like apparently I was sitting close to like a flower was at, and it got pissed off and it stung me on the arm. And I remember like falling on the ground like crying. I was a kid when that happened, so I fell on the ground crying. And then when I got stung by a honeybee, I didn't know it was a bee. I thought it was a fly. I was trying to grab it, and when I grabbed it in my hand, it stung me in my palm.
I was gonna say honeybees. I was like, wow, they're really docile. What the fuck? Yeah, that makes sense then. You just fucking palmed it.
That's when I went. That's when I went to the nurse because they said I had a reaction, and it was like, oh yeah, it was like you're allergic to honeybee. They're like you're allergic to these things. So hopefully when I go to the doctor today and I sign my paperwork and all shit, they can at least give me an insulin or some shit for it.
A what?
Not an insulin. Not insulin. That's for you. You take.
Yeah, insulin.
You take the insulin. Yeah.
I take the insulin.
Yeah. You the one that got injected into your stomach.
I do. That reminds me of meds this morning.
You want to go take them real quick?
No, I'm good. I can take it whenever.
Okay. Wait, do you actually have to put the insulin in your stomach?
So I used to be, when I was like 9, I took 7 shots a day.
Damn.
Because what he called a brittle diabetic, which I don't know if that's the correct term, because usually that's used for like older people who let it go. Mm-hmm. But I have very easy, like my reactions to things are really random, and like my blood sugar goes dangerously low if I sleep sometimes. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. But I ended up getting an insulin pump, so every couple days I have to I have to adhere like a site, like an IV type thing, but just like into my thigh. And it's just this weird little port thing. And that I have tubing that goes up to what looks like a beeper. And then I just dial stuff in and it just goes through the tubing and goes into the port. And so thankfully, besides my daily medications in the morning, I do not have to do injections anymore. Mm-hmm. It is very fun though, because I don't like either wear long pants or short shorts. Like no in between for me, thank you. And so people see it all the time and are like, what in the fuck is that? It's like, I had my coworker ask me that. He's like, what the fuck is that? Because he could see it through my jeans. I was like, oh, it's my insulin site. And he just starts freaking out. He's like, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
He felt so bad. He was like, I'm so sorry. I should know that. And my other coworker decided to be an asshole and was like, how dare you ask her that? Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm so sorry.
And it's like I don't see nothing wrong with like asking someone like, hey, what's that? And it's like, oh, it's my insulin thing or whatever. It's like I don't see a situation where someone have to be like, how dare you ask her she's diabetic? It's like,
oh yeah, she was just fucking giving him shit.
Oh, okay.
Because like we used to just mess with them.
I told you about the time at my job where they told me a story about the crane operator, he's diabetic, and they was telling a story about like how he just does so much like gross shit, and they're like no one else who can operate a crane wants to be in his crane because like his crane is disgusting. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what you mean? They're like, oh, he picks his nose and he flicks him on the glass window and all that shit and everything.
What the fuck?
Exactly. And my crane operator on my side of the department, he hates it when he's in his crane because like he'll pick his nose and all that shit and like touch the handles and everything. And when he gets back into his crane, all that shit, he'll fucking go into my supervisor's office, grab the Windex, grab like these rags and all this shit, go up there, clean the mirror and like wipe down the levers and all that shit and everything. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to touch that shit either.
That's nasty as hell, boy.
Then there was the time. Then they said there was a time there was like when it's hot in the factory. By the way, they just changed the rules in the factory where it's like they're only going to put out water and Gatorade if the temperature reaches or feels like 100 degrees.
What?
Yeah, they just had to change up because it's like it gets 90 way too often, and blah blah blah. I was like, you gotta change it because they're cheap. That's what they are. They're cheap at my job, and I'm like, it's just
it doesn't matter. And I'm like, it's just like the gas high.
And it has gotten like 100 maybe like once before in Chicago, but it rarely gets to that degree. It'll probably get to like I remember like one day like last week it got to like 98, and it was on a weekend, but it was like 98, but it was like still hot as shit, and that's not with the humidity. That's what we're talking about because we have like giant industrial fans and all that shit, but we have to work away from the fans and everything. Then we have
and if the fan is just blowing 98-degree air, it doesn't help much.
Exactly. Then they get mad when we're not at our work area and all stuff, and it's like, why you're not? Well, getting water because I'm hot as shit and sweating on the fucking water out of my body. But yeah, the crane operator at my job, the one in the middle, they said that they put out water and Gatorade one day. They said he reached in there, he grabbed a Gatorade, and he just like started rubbing the water dripping off the Gatorade on his face, on his body. He's like, oh, he's like, damn, that feels good right there. And they say he dropped it right back in the cooler and went to the bathroom. And then everyone's just looking at it. It's like, don't stick your hand in there now.
Oh my god.
Then they said,
take the Gatorade with you.
Exactly. Then one of the union reps, he said he had enough of it. He fucking, they was eating lunch in the cafeteria room. And they said he just sat there and he was doing his insulin shot in his stomach and everything. Uh-huh. And it's like no problem with that, but it's the fact that like you're doing it around everyone that's like eating and all that shit.
Oh, don't start with me on that.
So he told the vice president. The vice president just told him, just if you gotta do the insulin shot, just do it in the locker room then.
I mean, I
understand.
It's all the other shit that I'm like,
that bothers you and everything.
Yeah, the insulin thing. I have had people tell me.
They told him about everything. He told him about
to
everything.
leave a restaurant.
To leave a restaurant.
Yeah, people say that, or they're like, go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna inject myself in the body with something in a fucking bathroom. It's so unsanitary. Yeah, I get if there's a locker room or something like that, and then like if someone like. I'm always discreet about it, is the thing. Like, I'm not like, I'm gonna check, everyone look. If we're at a restaurant, I'll check, like, under the table, kind of discreetly. But, I don't know, man. While I don't think, like, you should leave the room or whatever, I think you should try to be more discreet about it. And, like, if there is a locker room, you should probably just, I don't know. I have a little more freedom to say that shit, because I have been diabetic since I was 8. But, like, I don't know. At the same time, I'm like, I understand, like, don't kick someone out of a restaurant, but also, like, if there's a locker room or somewhere else that's not, like, communicable disease and bacteria land, maybe use it. I don't know, especially if someone has, like, a phobia of needles or
like me.
Any of that.
Well, I don't have a phobia. I don't have a phobia. I just dislike needles.
Oh.
I hate them. Ooh. Last time they had to draw blood, they had to do it with hand, but like on the top. And I'm like, They're like, and she's like, don't like needles. I'm like, I'm just gonna hate you for like a split second. She laughed, and I was like, she laughed, and I was like, I'm being honest, serious though. It's only gonna be a split second though. Put that needle in my arm, and I'm just like, and I just hate it. Always hated needles.
I've never had the option. I do fucking awful veins though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, only one girl who I went to medical assisting school with, she was like the only one who could ever get my vein, and I miss her because like I was at the when I went to have my last surgery done. They stabbed me so many times, and they couldn't fucking get a vein.
Wow.
I woke up and had an IV because I mean I'm just used to that because I was like they had like 3 different people come in and they were like, I'm so sorry we can't get a vein. I was like, that's pretty normal. I woke, they said, we're going to just do it while you're under. I was like, all right, man, good plan. I woke up, I had an IV in either hand. Because they were like, we need, just in case, and I was like, that's fine. I sent a snap to her, and I was like, check it out. And she was like, man, I could always get your vein. I'm like, fucking, where were you then? Because no one else can. But yeah. I would advise you against, I know this sounds mean, but donating blood to the Red Cross. At least around us, I guess they do train the phlebotomists on site, which means that no schooling or anything, they just kind of give them a rundown. At least that's what my phlebotomy teacher said. Yeah, no, wonderful. Our hospital does the fucking same. John went to go give blood, and they either went through his, because they use the vein in the middle. I can't remember which one that is, but there is an artery underneath. And I may be using the wrong words. I'm still waking up. But cool. They either went, which that vein should only be used if you can't get a vein anywhere else. And John has good veins. Mm-hmm. So she went either past it and hit the artery, or she went through it and either hit the artery or whatever. But he had, the blood started and then stopped. So I think she just kept going too far. And he got out of there, and a bruise went from like his elbow crease up towards the back of his arm. Like it was just like it kept bleeding inside of his arm.
Oh God.
Like she fucked his arm up, and he is now like really. Yeah, she fucked up hardcore. And I remember that was when I was in school, and I told my phlebotomy teacher, and she almost like fought someone. But so now he's like has an aversion to needles and refuses to give blood, and just because some bitch was just like didn't know what she was doing and was super casual, because you're never supposed to dig, and she went through it, the blood stopped, and then she kept digging, and I was like, oh no. I feel so bad.
I was gonna donate blood when we was at C2E2. I just it got so late, I forgot to do it, and it's gonna close up.
Well, like, I mean, that's a convention. Like, you got shit to
do. Yeah, but they had a donation. They had a blood drive there as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I'm cool, and I'm cool with that. I want to go literally next year. Ass Joker from.
I think you said ass Joker. I was like, whoa.
The ass Joker. Just have ass cheeks all over my body and shit.
Is that a thing?
The ass Joker?
I bet it's a porn. Hold on.
Oh, I bet you. Clown's a porn. Everything's a porn. You can make anything into a porn. Fucking a woman brushing her hair, that's a porn. Brushing her teeth, that's a porn. Doing her taxes, that's a porn. But you shouldn't post that because someone's going to probably try to use that.
Ooh, I hate. Okay, side note, I can find an ass Joker. But I could find someone that said, I don't need a Romeo and I'm no Juliet. I want a crazy ass Joker for my Harley Quinn. Don't fucking start with me. That's an abusive relationship that she fucking understands and mentions later that it is in fact abusive. She's too smart and wonderful for him. She belongs with her lovely poison ivy.
Yeah.
They love each other and they're wonderful together.
Yeah, I would like to go as Joker from from Persona 5 because again, I still haven't beat Persona 4 yet. I'm thinking about like a quarter of the way through, but goddamn, I love that game. I love me some Persona 5. Just waiting for them to come out with like, yeah, Persona 5, the Phantom Edition, where they're gonna add in new content and all that shit. Because that's what they did when they released Persona 3, like on like the PlayStation, I think. Then they released Persona. Persona 4 was on the PlayStation 2, like forever ago. And then they released Persona 3 Portable, which was for the PSP, and they added in some new content and stuff to the game. Then later on down the line, Persona 4, because it did so well, they had Persona 4 Golden, which was new stuff, new add-ons and all that stuff. They added in new costumes. They added in a new dungeon exclusively for that game as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's how what the game did. But the game also did so well. They also did Persona Dancing All Night, which was a dancing rhythm game.
I need to send you that poster I got for that.
Oh fuck yeah! So they had that. Then they had, what was it afterwards? They had Persona Arena Climax, which was a 2D fighting style game. Then they had Persona Arena Climax Second, which was the sequel for it. But they also added in characters from Persona 3 into the game. Then they had
Jesus Christ.
Then what else they did? Then they had the animated series Persona 4: The Golden Animation. Then they also came out with Persona. Shit, I know they had the Golden Edition. I said that one already. What else? They had something else as well. Oh, Persona Q, which is the 3DS game Persona, which is a mix of Persona 3 and 4 crossing together for like a brand new story, which the creator has said, "Oh, this is canon. This actually happened."
Oh shit.
Yeah. And they're still milking that Persona 4 money and all that shit because they just came out with fucking in the Blaze Blue cross tag battle game. There's Persona 4 characters in that game. It's
what the fuck?
It's Blaze Blue, Persona, something All Night, and the Ruby characters, all in one fighting game.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're trying to go for like a Smash route with like 4 different gaming stuff. Technically, Ruby isn't a gaming thing; it's like an animation show and all that, but still. Then from my Persona 5 shit, they came out with Persona 5 last year. Then this year in Japan, they came out with Persona 3 Dancing Moon Knight and Dancing Star Knight for Persona 5. And they're still talking about another spin-off game and some other shit.
Jesus Christ, Persona, like I've never we have Persona 5, but like I've never played it. I just know that it's fucking giant.
It's one of those games where it's like, I'm not gonna lie, the tutorial is probably about like maybe like 2 or 3 hours long, but the tutorial is there for a reason because there's so much shit in the game tells you about things you need to do. Like it tells you about combat, it tells you about like enemies' weaknesses and their strengths and all that stuff, and how it can fuck you over in battle. It teaches you how to use personas, how to fuse personas, make new personas and all that stuff, capture personas. This is the game that I like because it's like you don't fight just like random enemies and all that stuff that's like for a dungeon. You're fighting against other persona characters in a dungeon, and if you beat them, you have a chance of them actually joining your team, and you can use that persona. You can actually like convince a persona and persuade them in this game to join your team and all that shit. And that's how you like register new personas. And then you can take those and fuse them to be stronger personas, which can go at a higher level. That can get higher levels and more experience. It depending on like how your confidence is with like your friends and other people you make in the real world. And it's just so much to that game that I like. I don't know. It's like so much features in like the fifth game that I love. It's not in the fourth game, but I still like the fourth game. But I think 5 is my favorite, just because. Maybe it's because I was introduced to it, but
Yeah, maybe. Just like your first love.
we don't talk.
No,
You don't talk about her.
Same.
Wait, actually, you know what? I think. Oh, what was your first celebrity crush? Let me ask you that.
Oh my god. I don't know if I had a celebrity crush. Like, I just didn't give a fuck about people. I cared about, like... I just really didn't know... I've never been into celebrity. Like, I don't know anyone's name. I remember, like, Johnny Depp is my mom's, but... who, like, what mom doesn't love Johnny Depp? I know...
Cool.
I know I had a crush on, what's his name? Hold on. You're gonna freak the fuck out when I tell you.
Alright. Mine was, Lady Gaga. I remember that.
You had a crush on Lady Gaga.
I did.
Huh.
Because when she came...
Kovu. Yeah, you should just look up who Kovu is.
Damn.
It's such... I still do, in a way.
Oh, shit.
It's such a crush on him.
Kovu. How do you spell that?
Kovu.
Kovu. Let's see. What the fuck?
Oh, I just went porn. Oh, I didn't mean to. No.
Look now there's porn. Okay, I get up. No, that one right.
Did you see
that one right there? Mufasa and Scar is hurting my eyes. That should never been a thing.
This is the human version that I now have a crush on. Someone drew him human, and I'm gonna send it to you. He is... I love how I'm using Facebook instead of fucking Discord, which is what we're recording off of. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm just never used to this.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I don't know what happened a few days ago, but you know when you get like that sudden like dot in your head, it's like, why do I remember this all of a sudden? Why?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So there is this game series by Namco. That's an actually really good drawing, by the way.
Right?
That's good shit.
He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. So there's this game by Namco. Back then when it was called Namco, before they became Bandai Namco. Mm-hmm. And this game called Klonoa. And I was like, I remember this shit. I fucking loved that game, even though I didn't get what's going on. And people said that Klonoa is good, but it just said commercial wise it failed because it just wasn't commercially known.
Never heard of it.
Klonoa. Okay, well let me describe you what Klonoa is. Klonoa is like this anthropomorphic, like long-eared dog boy. He's black, but like the ends of his ears is white, and like so is like his face muzzle and all that shit. And he wears a blue hat that on the side of it has Pac-Man eating like some dots and all that shit. Basically, in the first game, I never played the first game. I only played the second game, but I remember loving the second game. It's like fucking high hell. And the reason that I rented the second game for any reason was because the box cover of it had like this angry kid with like this blue shorts and a backwards hat on, like on a hoverboard on the water with like a giant ring in his hand. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking awesome. What the? And like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then the opening intro is like him like running down this road, and the camera pans around, and he's like, "Wahoo!" And I'm like,
"Oh, I hate it."
And I'm like, okay, but in the first game, he fucking Okay, now what he said? Say, oh damn. Oh no, that's too far back. That's the style I see about Good Boy Kanji and shit.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Holy shit! This your man crush Saturday.
Yeah.
You
I don't know if John knows that about me. Anyway, how do you spell this thing you're talking about? I want to look it up.
want to look it up? Okay, yeah. So in the first game, he basically like this giant ring falls from the sky, and he picks it up, and there's this little creature inside of it. It's like a dewdrop, and his name is Hupa. And he can possess the ring, and Klonoa can use the ring. And it's called like, and he's basically what the game says that you're using the elements of wind. So with Hupo's power, you can like shoot out small gusts of wind at an enemy, pull them towards you, and they're basically like inflated, and you can like toss them at another enemy. You can jump, toss at the ground to get extra height and all that shit. But there's this creature in the first game, and basically he hates the world for banishing nightmares, and he hates it because he is like embodiment of nightmares. So he wants the world to suffer and despair to regain back the loss of nightmares and all that shit. And he's like, I'm part of the world too, basically. So it's up to Klonoa to go around and find. I don't know anything about the first game, but when I've heard, Klonoa has to go around and find these people to help him fight the evil and all that stuff, but also bring back balance towards the world. And then once the game's over, Klonoa vanishes. And people are like, well, what happened? And in the sequel, Klonoa like falls from the sky. He's wearing a blue suit this time. He falls from the sky into a body of water and is rescued by a priestess in some sort of ragamuffin thing that looks like he's a ragdoll. So it got me interested because I was watching the cutscenes from the second game because I never beat the second memory. And by the way, that fucking video of like all the cutscenes, like 2 hours long.
What the fuck? You implement 2
and they
hours
have
of
their
goddamn cutscenes.
They have their own language too and all that shit. So it's like you're gonna have to read that. But apparently from what I learned about Klonoa, he's not a time traveler or dimension traveler. He's a dream traveler. So basically, what it is that he enters when he goes to sleep. He goes to sleep and he enters a dream. It's actually its own living world and all that shit. He goes there when he's summoned to help out that world to fight off evil that they need. And when his job is done, he leaves the dream and he wakes up back in his own home world.
This looks kind of like Sonic. The art style.
Yeah.
I'm not calling Klonoa out. Going, you caught me.
But I don't know. I like that game and fucking.
Oh yeah, when you die, it says vision over. Ooh, that's interesting.
What'd you say?
Oh, when you die, apparently it says vision over instead of like game over.
Yeah, when you start off a mission, when you start a chapter or like a game level, it actually says vision start, and when you beat it, it says vision cleared.
Ooh.
And I remember when I actually just finished recently watching all the stuff, and apparently for the Klonoa 2 game, apparently there's a voice that's asking for help and all that shit. And you go there, you learn that there are these 4 elements that can only be got from 4 bell towers, and once you get them all, you can stop the evil from the world. But there's this chick named Leorina who wants to get the elements to cast sorrow upon the world for doing her. But in the end, they end up actually summoning the King of Sorrow, who wants to drown the world in sorrow for forgetting him and sealing him up.
Huh. Well, that's kind of a dick thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if someone did that to me, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to destroy everything.
This game has a story, though, and it actually has characters for everything. Like the chick that's with you in the game, she fucking wants to be a high priestess. She's a priestess in training. She wants to be a high priestess later.
Oh.
Yeah. But it turns out like later on when they're looking at her and it shows like reflections of your true self and all, it shows that like she wants to be a priestess because everyone keeps like forcing her down and be like, oh, you'll never be. I think something about like she was like homeless too and all that shit and everything. And she's like, I'm not useless and everything. I'm just like, I was like, I never got that far in the game. I was like, damn. Back then when games had like shit that can make you have feels for like certain characters and all that, and now nowadays like, oh, I keep that shit on a tight lock and everything.
Yeah, I feel like they're not as deep now. Who the fuck is Guns? He looks cool.
Guns?
He's got just straight up 2 guns.
Yeah. 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 It's so funny. I'm like, yeah, I gotta be at the like 10:30 nonstop. And now she asked me to do like all this shit beforehand.
I was gonna say we should probably cut off now.
Yeah, I mean we're getting close. We're getting closer and all that. Well, I think it was a good first pod.
Oh hell yeah!
We talked about Good Boys and Icy Hot Penis.
Icy Hot.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for people wondering also, her favorite hero character is actually the Grape Head Boy.
Oh, I fucking hate him. Go to fucking hell.
She loves him. Don't listen to her. It's her favorite character.
I want him to die. I literally wouldn't care if they killed him off. Alright, I'm gonna go edit this shit.